Hey guys, welcome back to Professional Weekers YouTube channel. Today we're here at home, and today we recently got off of our 2-night MSC Divina cruise, and we want to go over the top 10 things that we really enjoyed about our MSC cruise. So if you want to know what to expect on your MSC cruise, then you're in the right place. Make sure you stick around, check it out, hit that subscribe button, and let's go.
Let's go. We were on the MSC Divina for, like Louis said, 3 days, 2 nights. We boarded in Miami, we were in Nassau for a day, and then we were right back to Miami. So pretty quick trip, all things considered.
Yeah, very short weekend cruise, but it's also the cheapest cruise that you can take in North America.
Technically, yes.
And we'll have some more details on that in an upcoming video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button.
All right, guys, so we are presenting these to you in no particular order, so it's not like number one's going to be any crazier than number 10. But with that being said, they're all important, so definitely stick around to the end because they're all important, I promise.
All right, guys, so we're going to start with number 1, and that is the price. So this is the second cheapest cruise you can possibly get in North America. Normally, whenever you see the advertised price of a cruise, just for a rough estimation, you want to go ahead and triple it. So this one was advertised at $109 per person, so that's times 2, plus another $100 in taxes. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in Wi-Fi because we need Wi-Fi for both of us, so that was another $77. Gratuities were another $35 per person. That was charged when we're on the ship, and we couldn't pay those beforehand, so that was a little bit strange. Parking was $45, so all in, we're at $510 before we get on the ship. This one, we also paid for an upgrade. So I did they have like a bid program, so you can bid for better prices. So that original $510, that's to get us on board. That's an interior cabin. That includes your food, that includes your entertainment over, 2 days, 2 nights for 2 people. So really not too bad, but I went ahead and paid for the upgrade, did the bid program. I bid $110 per person for a premium balcony cabin. So if you want to see what that looks like, we'll put a link in the description below where we did a full room tour of what that looks like. So tack on another $220. All in all, we're in this one for $730 for the weekend, which is a bit much, but it's one of the cheaper cruises that you can possibly take. So like I mentioned, this is the second cheapest cruise in America. We've also cruised on the cheapest cruise in America, Margaritaville, and that will be an upcoming video. So make sure that you stick around, hit that subscribe button, because we'll compare this cruise versus what we did on Margaritaville and break down the costs of both. So
number 2 on our list is that the ship is gorgeous. Probably one of the most well-appointed ships, decorated ships that we've ever been on. We've been on some doozies, don't get me wrong, but like you can just tell that the ship is well maintained, well cared for. And that there was like rhinestones in the steps, there was, beautiful ceilings, there was like star ceilings everywhere. The casino was even kind of nice. And our room was pretty cool too, all things considered. So yeah, I definitely think that, for the price, I think we got what we paid for in terms of the ship's beauty and the amenities. It is an absolutely gorgeous ship. Yeah. I think that the style kind of lends a little bit more to your style because it's very glitz and glamoury and sparkly. There were tons of mirrors all over the place, which makes it look way bigger, and it kind of almost gave like a funhouse vibes though, because you gotta watch out, make sure you're not running into them. Right. But it is a beautiful ship, no doubt about it. And it's fun to people watch because as you're walking off something, you turn to the right, you see your reflection. Some people don't realize that that's themselves, and we saw more than one person walk into a mirror, which was
we're all just like birds or cats walking in the mirrors all weekend.
Bumping off things,
All right, so the third thing that we liked about this cruise, as far as short weekend cruises go, is that this one actually stops at Nassau versus like Margaritaville, which stops at Freeport. So Nassau is the largest cruise ship port in the Caribbean outside of Florida. So there's tons to do there. There's plenty of activities. You don't even need to book an excursion. You can just wander around the city. It's very safe. I know that there is currently there's a government security warning about some gang violence, so kind of keep that in mind and make sure you read up on that before you go. But honestly, the couple times we've been in Nassau, it's never been a problem. We've never felt in danger there. It's not any worse than most U.S. cities that you're going to visit. Keep your wits with you just as you would when you normally travel. But Nassau is a beautiful city, lots of culture, lots of heritage. and lots of things to do. So we really like Nassau.
So number 4 on our list is that this is a great weekend getaway or to celebrate a quick birthday, right? So we definitely recommend the shorter cruises if you're interested in like a booze cruise kind of experience. And I will say this is probably a booze cruise type of vibe. Most cruise ships that leave on Friday, come back on Sunday, that's the thing that you're looking for, right? That's the bachelorette parties and things along those lines. But with that being said though, it was a nice quick weekend. So if you have the opportunity, or if you have an extended stay in Miami and you're looking for something to do, definitely consider booking the MSC Divina.
So if you don't have the time to invest in a longer cruise, or if you just want to dip your toes into the world of cruising and get an idea of what it looks like, then highly recommend these kind of quick weekend getaway type of cruises.
Yeah. So with that being said though, MSC Divina, MSC Cruise Lines in general may not be where you want to start if you're new to the cruising world. If you're new to the cruising world, consider maybe splurging a little bit more for one of the more main lines, i.e. Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, NCL. Those are a little bit more expensive, but again, you get what you pay for. And we'll talk about what we don't like about the MSC Divina in a future video, and we'll link that down below after that video is out.
All right, the 5th thing that we liked about MSC Divina and this cruise was that our bags arrived to our room really quickly. That could just be because it was a short cruise and there was less luggage, but also MSC does things a little bit differently. Most things are a little bit quirky, but this is one thing that I really liked about MSC, is that as soon as we got on board, we could go directly to our room. Most cruise ships, you kind of have to wait around. They're still doing some housekeeping and that sort of thing. But with MSC, we could go directly to our room. They did make an announcement that maybe not all the rooms were made up at that time, but you could still at least drop off your carry-on bags. Our room was made up, and we were ready to go. Basically, the second we stepped on the ship, we didn't have to lug them around as we went around exploring the ship. And I thought that was a great experience.
Yeah. So when we got to the cruise port, we did check our bags, and we'll link that video down below of where you of how to board the MSC Divina and the process that you would go through if you have a checked bag. But because we do this on a regular basis, we do have backpacks that has camera equipment and our laptops and just heavy stuff that you don't necessarily want going through the cruise port terminal without you, right? So with that being said, it was really nice. We got on the boat, we were able to go right to our rooms and drop off our bags. So one thing that we noticed with this ship compared to other cruise ships is that typically they keep the doors shut and locked, and they only say at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock, okay, the doors are open and your rooms are not ready. So just one thing that I thought was really nice as compared to other cruise ships. So number 6 on our list is this is actually a pretty big ship. Now, it's not an Oasis class. It's probably not even as big as maybe some of like the other, NCL or Royal Caribbean ships. But with that being said, it's a decent sized ship. I definitely thought after 2 days, I didn't know the ship well enough to be able to say I know exactly how to get to this lounge or that bar, but it was big enough to where there's plenty of stuff to do, but small enough to where you didn't think, oh my gosh, it's going to take me 30 minutes to get from one point to the other.
Yeah, so this ship was built in 2011, so it's relatively new as far as budget cruise lines go. But yeah, there was plenty of lounges and nooks and crannies of the ship that we went and explored during our first day, where we were kind of doing our overall tour of the ship, that we never visited again.
Right.
So there were plenty of places that if we had more time that we could have spent even, we could have spent time in that we didn't get around to. So definitely, you don't really feel like you're claustrophobic or you're locked into a small space. There's plenty of things to do and explore. The 7th thing that we like about our MSC Divina cruise was that the internet was relatively fast. I did a speed test when we were on board and I got about 6 megabits per second as we were downloading. That doesn't sound like a ton compared to land-based connections, but at sea I can tell you it's relatively quick, and it was fast enough for us both to stream YouTube or Netflix or Hulu or whatever we want to do without any kind of lags or glitches. And I was definitely pleasantly surprised there.
It is a little bit of a hiccup when you first try to connect, so definitely pay attention to those prompts. But I mean, overall, nothing really to complain about. I watched Bob's Burgers all night and it was fine. So number 8 on our list is, surprisingly, there was tons of storage in that cabin, right? We've been on a couple cruises before, and I think that's a gripe we always have, is that there's never enough storage to put all your stuff places, right? So we were able to unpack all of us. We both had plenty of space to put things in drawers and things like that. And there was plenty of storage, plenty of hangers too, which I thought was something to note. Not that we hung anything up the entire time we were there, but I do know some people like to dress up on cruises, and hangers are definitely important. So, but yeah, all things considered, plenty of storage.
I hung stuff up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I did not.
Number 9 on our list is, I would say, if you do upgrade to the premium balcony cabin, the balcony is actually a decent size. Now, I wouldn't say it's like overwhelmingly large,
Right.
But there is plenty of room to sit out there, especially with just the 2 people. There are 2 chairs and a footrest. I really would love to see a lounger out there, but you know, that's something I've not seen on any other cruise ship. So overall, it's not a bad place to hang out, and we really like that you have a separate area from the rest of your cabin, so that way, in case one of us is an early riser and the other one not so much, I have a private place where I can go and hang out in the mornings and watch some YouTube as I wake up with my energy drink. So really like that balcony.
And number 10 on our list is the service on the MSC Divina was really great. So I'm sure you've seen some other YouTubers where they didn't have that great of an experience, and maybe that was a different ship or just a different length of cruise, or who knows, right? But when we were there, MSC Divina service was really top notch. If you have questions, people are super helpful. So everything from our cabin attendant to the server at dinner was super helpful. If you have questions about, you know, allergies or what's on the menu, then they're definitely willing to step in and answer all those questions.
I know right now one of the big news headline stories is the issues that Ben and David had when they were filming on an MSC cruise. I can tell you, at least we didn't personally experience any of that. Everyone that we ran into was really friendly, and really, you know, super helpful. We did have some problems with communication, but again, we'll cover that in the top 10 things that we didn't like about MSC. So make sure you hit that subscribe button.
One thing that we had come up where we booked the wrong time for our meals, and we'll cover that process a little bit later, but we were able to go into the main dining room, talk to the person who was doing the seating reservations, and he's like, oh, sure, I have a table, let's go ahead and just and take this one. So not saying that will happen on every cruise every single time, but for us, they were willing to go above and beyond to, make that happen for us.
All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the top 10 things that we enjoyed about our MSC Divina cruise. Let us know in the comments below if you agree with those, and let us know if there's anything that we missed, anything that you would like to add. We'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And with that being said, we are out of here, and we'll see you next weekend.
Bye.
Home, and today we recently got off of our 2-night. You want me to start or you want to start?
Are we gonna go number 10? We're gonna count up, we're gonna count down.
I don't really care. What do you want to do?
I don't care. All right, guys, so we are presenting these in.
My mic keeps dragging down my shirt whenever I sit down, so.
You have glitter in your face.
Oh.
Okay, I'll take a drink of my water then. Yeah, she just wants to be an internet star.
Yeah. And then by the time that we add in everything, so it was $109 times. Hey.
So all things considered, this ship was.
All right, number 6.
Okay, so number 6. Hang on. What?